Travis Wayne Goodsell. So, as Mormons don't believe the Book of Mormon or Joseph Smith as prophetic, they instead call it Christian Jesus, Mormons are unaware that Joseph Smith Sr. rewrote the 116 pages. Joseph Smith Sr. was a Jewish Kabbalist. He got this from being a part of Nathaniel Wood's New Israelites in Vermont. And I'm not going to go into the whole New Israelite religion. We're only going to talk about the Wood scrape that made major news back in the day. Because on the 14th of January, 1802, so it was before Joseph Smith was born, Nathaniel Wood had prophesied that the apocalypse, revelation, would commence. And so a group gathered, most likely the members, those who were attending their meetings as often as occasion would permit, probably weren't allowed to go. And Joseph Smith Sr. and William Cowdery were not members, because there was this whole thing about polygamy for being a member. And the 116 rewritten pages are clearly against polygamy. But nonetheless, they were together that evening to await the arrival of the destroying angel. Anybody know their Danite history? Yeah, the Danites knew about Joseph Smith Sr. and this wood scrape. That's why they joined the church, is to destroy it. They were the destroying angels, the judges. And so this scared the locals. Our new sheriff is black. Blazing saddles. Dun, 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 dun. And so the militia was called out and broke it all up. The fraternity of rodsmen. Well, they were only involved with rodsmen because of Justice Winchell. So yeah, there's a lot of misinformation as people don't know anything about this group, and so they jump to conclusions and make stories up. Kind of like what's done today. Nothing has changed of man. But nonetheless, the destroying angel didn't happen. The apocalypse did not begin. And he disappeared in shame. And no more new Israelites. But as I've been going over with you all these years, there's something strange in the state of Denmark, technically Vermont, technically New York, technically Utah. Because the rewritten 116 pages pulls the exact same stunt. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Yeah, I do. You don't know. And so, this is just incredible. He's a part of a religion that tanked, failed to predict the end of the world, the apocalypse of John. And yet, here he is. He's gonna do it. Is it gonna happen? Is Joseph Smith Sr. gonna be proven a false prophet like Nathaniel Wood? It can't be the Wood scrape. Maybe we'll call it the Smith scrape. Is the destroying angel coming, or are Mormons gonna laugh and mock at their founder's father? I don't know. I don't think Travis has any other videos. I think this is his first one ever. Yep, my number one video. Nope, doesn't exist. It's not there. And so, yeah, we have the setting right up at the beginning of the Book of Mormon. The first year. And he puts it in a time period of Zedekiah, king of Judah, which everybody knows is 597 BCE. Joseph Smith Sr. knew this because of 600 years from the time Lehi left Jerusalem. The Exodus of Lehi. He gives you the date of the Exodus in the latter days. Joseph Smith Sr. is brilliant. I don't know why he didn't just take over the church, kick Nathaniel to the curb. And so here we go. Oh, Joseph Smith Jr.'s first vision. It's Lehi. Huh. Oh, wait, Joseph Smith Jr.'s second vision. It's Nephi or Lehi again. Huh. But Joseph in the second vision says Nephi visits him, and that big bad mean old Willard Richards changes it to Moroni, when Joseph Smith is actually correcting Doctrine and Covenants 27 verse 5. It's Nephi. And there's a reason, for the exact same reason, that there's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th Nephi. As in the Old Testament, they're originally called 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th Christs. You're going, where? Huh? What? I don't see the Book of Christ. Kings. Learning of the Jews, remember? Learning of the Jews. You're gonna be lost if you don't use the learning of the Jews. And so, the second vision is the start of the apocalypse. Dun dun dun. Verse 8. And being thus overcome with the Spirit, he was carried away in a vision. Not literal history. Not real. Vision. Even that he saw the heavens opened. Hey, a sign in the heavens. In the likeness of things on the earth. You don't know where that comes from? Comes from Joseph Smith Sr. We're getting to it. Give you a hint. Apocalypse of John. And so he sees God sitting upon his throne. That's important, because nobody else knew it but me, thanks to Joseph Smith Sr., who knew it. And he saw one descending out of the midst of heaven. His luster was above that of Ammon, the Egyptian sun god at noonday. Remember, language of the Egyptians? This is our Christ, Emmanuel. And he saw 12 others in Leo, the constellation. And so then a book, the Book of Mormon. Lehi gets the Book of Mormon, learns about the utter destruction of the Nephites. Yeah, there's a pattern involved in prophecy. Even though they're all different stories with different characters and different peoples and places and events, the patterns are all the same, referring to the same latter-day characters, people, places, events, times. And so, you do know that Nephi, in his dream, sees John the Lamb. And when was Nephi born? See, everybody gets it wrong. All the movies, all the cartoons, all the manuals, all wrong. Nephi is born this very first year, 597. Or is it? Because there's a date from John's Apocalypse. Apostle of the Lamb, John. First Nephi, chapter 14. And I, Nephi, heard and bear record that the name of the Apostle of the Lamb was John. Dun dun dun. I was forbidden that I should write the remainder of these things which I saw and heard, but John has them. So let's go to it. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. It was awesome watching that off Broadway. Or was it on Broadway? I think it was off Broadway. Doesn't matter. It was in New York. It was during my mission. Saw it twice. Because the next companion that wanted to go watch a play on Broadway had never seen Phantom. So, sure, I'll see it again. That just meant that I missed out on Les Mis. Les Miserables. And so, yeah, I saw Phantom twice and then Fiddler once. Fun times. And then with Elder Utley, we went on a double date with sister missionaries on the ferry that drove by the Statue of Liberty. Hilarious. Not allowed to date on the mission, Elder. Not allowed to date. Chapter 12. Here it is. How do we know? Did you ever check the footnotes? Joseph Smith translation, Revelation chapter 12, verses 1 to 17. Parentheses, appendix. Note the change sequence of verses in the JST. Yeah, we just went over it in the Book of Mormon. Rewritten by Joseph Smith Sr. And so who do you think mentioned this to Joseph and Sidney? Yeah, Sr. And they could have caught it from the Book of Mormon, not need Sr., but Sr. was a big part of Section 3 and Section 10 specifically. He was not happy with Junior. Put him on timeout for a whole year. Have your parents ever put you on timeout for a whole year? Wow. That's punishment. And so there appeared a great wonder in heaven in the likeness of things on the earth. Remember the footnote? That's Jewish Kabbalah. That is the prophecy of the Jews and the revelation of the Jews. Prophecy is predicting the future. Revelation is giving the date and time of the prophesied future event. And so Virgo, with the sun, the moon under her feet, and upon her head, which is Leo, 3 additional planets for the 9 stars that designate Leo. And she's pregnant with Jupiter that retrogrades for a pregnancy period. And so the Roman Jupiter is equivalent to the Greek Zeus, who's equivalent to the Hebrew Yah, who is equivalent to the Egyptian Amun, the sun god at noonday. Dun 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 dun. And so, verse 5, she gives birth. Oh, look, there's God and his throne. Nobody else got this, and they even made t-shirts about it. The apocalypse has begun. And so, 600 years is 8 April 2024 from 8 April 4 CE. 2020 years. So we're looking for an Exodus, just like Moses. Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19. Can't have a man like Moses if he's not acting like Moses in the Exodus. So you need to look for a Mormon, section 103, verses 16 and 17. There's all your characters decoded by Joseph Smith. It's going to be a Mormon through the Mormon church. I've been doing all these videos. If you're brand new, dear God, you're way behind. You're still listening to me? You haven't gotten offended? So yes, this has everything to do with the church. With Mormons. You. Because it's senior. Because it's Joseph. He started the church. It's gonna be about his church. He's not going to start a church and say it's going to be about the Catholics or Islam. That would be stupid. Well, why don't I just go join the Catholics or become an Islamist? It's about you, Mormons. And you don't believe. Because you think it's about Christians. You think it's about the actual Jews. Oh my God. And so, 23rd September 2017, the first year. So, was there a president on the United States of America's throne put on by a foreign government in Russia? Because that's where 8 April 4 CE took place. Joseph Smith Sr. rules. Despite them being in denial, still to this day, that such is the case. Yep. And thus the birth of the ministry of the latter days, of the Mormon Christ and the learning of the Jews to Mormons in Judah. Phonetically the same as Utah. Amazing. And so, who is the leader of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? Which is the great and abominable church that murdered Joseph and stole and replaced his church with Christianity. His name is called Lucifer. Lucifer was put first into the Latin Vulgate, and then let's confirm that it was in the Septuagint. I'm pretty sure it was. I hope my camera does not freeze on me. It's been one of those days. One of those days. Isaiah 14? Yep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. And Septuagint is LXX. For the number of the beast, IVX LCD. And are thou fallen? I'm not seeing Lucifer. Neptune. Pro. Oron. I'm not saying it. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Huh. Yeah, no Lucifer. They have that's weird. Yeah, no Lucifer in the Greek. Or did I get the right passage? Fallen from heaven. Yeah, it just goes son of the morning, so it leaves it out in the Septuagint. So yeah, the Latin Vulgate was where it came from. Not the Septuagint, definitely not the Jewish Masoretic text. Biblical Hebrew. Nope. And so, it's here in the Book of Mormon. What's it doing here in the Book of Mormon? Why is the name Lucifer from Isaiah in the Book of Mormon? It's not supposed to be. Why is it? Well, the King James Version errors and all? Yeah, but no. It's because Joseph Smith Sr. rules. Because who took over as president of the church? Russell, red, Marion, star of the sea, red star of the sea, Mars, husband of Venus, symbol, inverted pentagram of Lucifer. He rules! Awesome! Yep. And so, this happened. Your Christ has been here, Mormons. He's been trying to get you out of bondage. Section 103, verse 17, remember? And you're not listening. You're saying, nope. Oh, it froze. We were doing so well. Unbelievable day. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And so, the first year revealed, confirmed. The events confirmed. Sign in the heavens in the likeness of things on the earth, confirmed. Joseph Smith Sr.'s Exodus year, confirmed. Sign in the heavens? Not really. But things on earth, confirmed. And here we are, 26 days until the end. Revelation 19. And apparently I'm the only one who knows this. Oh, whoop, there's the lamb. Lamb. It's what's for dinner at the wedding supper feast of the Lamb. They're cannibals. You didn't realize lambs were cannibals, did you? You thought they were herbivores. So Joseph Smith knows all about this because he put it in section 58 of the Doctrine and Covenants. The marriage, wedding, supper, feast of the Lamb in Zion. And Zion does not exist on the face of the earth, does it, Mormons? Because you missed the Exodus, because you didn't believe. You were following a different Christ who doesn't exist. And yet, Joseph Smith Sr., right on target. It's just amazing. And so, what do we have? We have Armageddon War. And to understand Armageddon fully, you need to find somebody who knows anthropology of the ancient Middle East, who's the decipherer in Paleo-Hebrew and actual Egyptian, not the learning of the Greeks and the language of the Egyptians from the Rosetta Stone, but actual learning of the Egyptians in the language of the Egyptians, because there's a whole bunch of signs that weren't put in anybody's sign list. And so yes, you'd learn about David Moses the Fourth, who goes to battle against the Hittites in the Valley of Megiddo, Har Megiddo, the mountains of Megiddo. And in the midst of the war, King David Moses the Fourth goes on vacation. Goes to the hill where there's a little hamlet called Salem. Peace in Hebrew. No. Jerusalem? Salaman? Or you might know it as Solomon? Yeah, because it's customary that when the king comes to you, you offer up your daughter to be his wife. And the resulting son becomes the king of where the wife's nativity is. And thus, the king of Salem, Solomon, king of peace. It's not his actual name, but it's used by John in Revelation to talk about Armageddon 2, the second coming of King David Moses the fourth or fifth. Because I don't think there was a fifth. It was Amenhotep, and then Amenhotep. It was Amenhotep the third, and then Amenhotep the fourth, and then Tutankhamun. Yeah, that was it. So it'd be David Moses the fifth. The man like Moses, a descendant of King David. That's what John is trying to get across for you. To fulfill the prophecies. And, 8 April 2024. Solar eclipse on the back of the white horse, verse 11. Sign in the heaven, white horse Pegasus. On the back is Emmanuel, name written that no man knew. That's the Egyptian sun god Amun. And then 17, an angel stands in the sun that's on the back of the white horse. A total solar eclipse of Mormons' hearts. Because they are too blinded. That's why there's a whole bunch of blind people in the scriptures. Isaac, Samson. Yep. That's for a reason. They're giving you the dates. And so, yeah, the Lamb is Jupiter. And he's not on the back of the white horse. He's in the Lamb constellation that Isaac was when he was sacrificed 600 years before the... Wait a minute, that was written during the Roman period time too, even though it gives a time schedule way before the 597 BCE thing. Interesting. And so, yep, sure enough, the Book of Mormon also explains Abraham sacrificing Isaac in that context. He knew. He knew. Ooh. And so, where was the woman who made her comment to me? See if I can find it. Bum 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 bum. I think it's more like this one, up in the front. Back to the front. Nope. Yep, there it is. There she be. Mormons who've been warned must warn their Mormon neighbors. Thomas and Sheila Rock. What happens when nothing happens? If only they had done a little bit of research on my video channel. and at least looked up the most popular one. It's all they had to do, and then they wouldn't have been humiliated in a previous video comment. Or in this one. See, Mormons, you don't believe. I put the picture on a t-shirt because nobody else is doing the t-shirt. I don't know why. If you're gonna destroy Christianity and Islam, you kind of need to let them know this is it, so that they can start going into a frenzy thinking Jesus is coming to murder everybody. If you're gonna keep it a secret, nobody's gonna know that this was it. You're not gonna destroy any religions this way. Albert Pike. So yeah, it's all happened. That's what's so frustrating for me, is here I am, all these years, all these videos, over and over again, repeating over, this has happened, this is gonna happen, it happened, oh my God, it happened. And Mormons still to this day say, nothing happened. We're waiting for Nelson to tell us what to believe in. We're waiting for Jesus. Oh my God.